Hi everyone, my name is Natalie Ledwell and this is the Inspiration Show. Today I have a very interesting show for you. We're going to be talking about dreams, what they mean, and whether we actually have control over them and how we can use them in a way that's going to really help us step up to a better version of ourselves and to maybe manifest some things in our life. So please welcome my special guest, Kaya. How are you, Kaya?
Hello, Natalie. I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you for the
Excellent.
invitation. Thank you.
Wonderful. Now I have your dictionary here, your encyclopedia about dreams, and it's a huge book here, and you're calling it the ultimate spiritual guide. So I'm going to get more into what you mean by that in a minute. But why don't we start first of all with your journey and your story and how you got to write such an amazing book.
About 20 years ago, my life changed completely because I started to receive very, very intense dreams and nightmares. I thought that I was going crazy, but simultaneously, I was just fascinated by the world of symbols. And like a mathematician, I just wanted to know more and more, and I was writing down everything. And because of that, I've decided to walk away from fame and glory and from my career at the time. I was living in a lot of abundance, but simultaneously I was drawn to the notion of understanding myself. And I had no choice because I was receiving nightmares. I had moods up and down, and it was very, very difficult, very difficult. It was like kind of all my life was in process of changing, and but I've started to do meditation and to completely devote myself totally, I would say, to the understanding of symbols. So I was receiving 10 to 50 dreams every night, and but it was fascinating. And at the beginning, I have to say that I was a little bit extreme because I was even staying in bed, for 20 hours sometimes. I was completely living my life to dream and to know more. And I disconnected myself completely from the concrete world for many years. And no TV, no radio, no newspaper, living all alone in the wood, in the forest, in the cabin, So and then I've started to work on myself and to transform myself. And I have discovered that with dreams we can really one day understand that life is like the Matrix. It can be like a dream because it is a dream. The connection with the multi-dimensions, the metaphysical dimensions of who we are, is absolutely fascinating. The quantum physics of our consciousness. And I think we are all pioneers right now. We're all right at the beginning, at the merge of a change, a huge change that will help people to understand themselves. And this is why there's a lot of depression, lots of burnouts, etc., that are happening around the world for millions of people, because there's a major, major opening of the unconscious, a major one. This is why we have technologies now. I love to compare the notions of who we are to computers. Our soul is a living computer, and we record positive and negative memories through all our experience and everything that we meet and face without even knowing. We're always making choices through plus and minus. Minus, minus, plus, plus, minus. I like that, I don't like that, I want this, I want that. And all this is like in connection with the memories that we have accumulated, the way that we were with our parents and friends at school and everything. And, just having a lack of confidence at the age of 50 years old can be connected to millions of memories that we have accumulated. So we can deprogram that, and we see that in dreams, of course. We receive a lot of nightmares. If we have a difficulty with our confidence, then of course you see that it emerges in dreams, and you see, and when you start to interpret them, then you can cleanse the memories, and you can accelerate your evolution and transform yourself. And this is what I have done. and I have worked many, many years. I was so shy, you have no idea. 20 years ago, I was so shy. It was very, very, it was difficult for me to manifest. And now my life is so wonderful. And of course, I like I said to you when we did the pre-interview together, I explained to you that for me, I think that being human is not enough. And this is what I have discovered. And I think that we're all here to become angels and to develop our spiritual powers and capacities. And for me, an angel is a dreamer. The wings are a very ancient metaphor that express our capacity to dream and to open ourselves to multi-dimensions and to our spiritual powers. So this is why, for me, the Matrix, that we see in the movies is something. This is my life now. I have to say, this is my life, It's like I see signs all the time. Just yesterday, I walked to the office because I live close from my office, and I walk every day to go to the office, and in the morning there was a man, and he had a wheelchair. It was around 9:30 a.m. and he was just walking with a wheelchair, and he was like having Parkinson's disease, because he was shaking, and so. And I just wanted to say to him hello with all my heart, just to give him a bit of comfort. And so I said hello to him. And then I saw an ambulance that just passed. And then he answered hello. And then I continue, it was 9:30, around 9:30. And about 5 hours after, it was around 2:30, something like that. Then I did the opposite way to go back home. And then the same man was there, and he was also on the opposite direction, coming back from where he was supposed to be, I don't know, and he was walking again with his wheelchair, with his Parkinson's disease. And I saw him, and at the same time I saw again the ambulance. It was like amazing. It was like a synchronicity. I was like in a dream, And for me, this is like, and I knew that I was right on time, that all my schedule and everything that I was going through. And one day we live like that. We understand the mechanism of symbolic aspects, and we
So
have proof.
let me quickly interrupt you there, because I wanted to ask you specifically, because I know you talk about this being like a spiritual guide. And so I want to ask you, what is your definition of what is a dream? Like, is it something that's generated from a subconscious mind, or are we tapping into something greater than that? Because what you've just described to me is what I think is like a bit like a deja vu. And often when I feel deja vu, it's like, oh my God, I've dreamt this before. And it kind of helps me, well, it makes me feel like, well, I'm in the right place at the right time when I'm supposed to be here. So yes, let's start with your interpretation of what a dream actually is.
A dream is not just a cycle of images. We have to have our imagination. A dream is a condensation and accumulations of memories over time that we have done. So there's different dreams, of course. When we visit only our subconscious, we are only in our inner computer. But one day we can understand that this computer can connect to internet. And for me, God, whatever the name that we give to these great forces, is like an inter-sky. So it's a huge, we live inside that great and cosmic intelligence. And this is why we can understand that we can see synchronicities like that. We can think about something, and we think about it, and then we open the radio and the song just starts, it's like, wow, we have our answer right at that time. This is what signs are all about. But in dreams, we have these dreams that are the representations of the memories we have accumulated over time, to express our fears, express our potential, of course, the beautiful aspects. But one day we can visit other people in dreams. If we talk at someone on the phone, for example, you can be sure that normally it's not just a part of you. You are talking to the soul of the other person. And then the conversation, you can analyze it symbolically, because this is very important. Symbolic aspect is always there in dreams, because and to understand dreams also, we need to know that the reason why we evolve and why we exist, there's only one reason. This is what I think. is we're all there to develop qualities and to become better people, better soul. And we experiment matter. It's like being children in a, and playing with toys. But one day it's not just a toy, in a, as a car. It is a real car, but it's a continuation of what we started when we was very young. We experiment ourselves in matter, and it is there only to develop quality. So this is why in dreams there's different aspects that you can visit yourself to understand yourself, but also you can receive one day premonitor dreams. Also you can visit the past, the memories you have accumulated, and then the present time, what you are going through. You can see that in dreams. You can go to the office, for example, and you have received a dream, and it's going to go well, or it's not going to go well. But if you know how to interpret your dream, then you can manifest differently, because you're going to anticipate the situation. And this is why this dictionary, the source code, is not just a book. It's not just a book. It's really one of the most advanced work on dream interpretation. And it's like you have the plus and the minus of all symbols, so you can refer yourself when, and you can start to analyze. It's very easy to use that dictionary, and it's an amazing aspect that will help us to understand the dreams and how we can eventually manifest it, to marry spirit and matter, because it is, I think, one of the most important things now. And we are now, right now, entering in a new time, and and we are merging to another dimension of evolution for all of us. And this is why we see, like I said, lots of depression and burnouts and everything, because there's a huge opening of the unconscious right now on the planet. And it's connecting to technologies. And the new generation, they arrive and they are very different, very open. They can do a lot of things at the same time. They can, they have this intuition with matter that is fast, and everything is more fast than it was before. There's a huge change on the planet, and it's amazing to live in this period of time.
No, I also personally am experiencing this as well. Like, I see it. Like, there are people. It's like there's this mass awakening happening on the planet right now. And I agree with the young people that are coming into the world at the moment. They are so much more aware, and I think it's very easy for us to see that. So so with our dreams, I know that you're saying they're more symbolic, so they're not literal, which is what I have heard before. But do they all mean something? Is the reason that we're having the dream is that there is a purpose behind each of the dreams?
Yes, all of them. At first, it is always there for our evolution. This is important. We need to learn with our dreams. There's a code, of course, the source code of the dreams, and is about the notions, like I said, of plus and minus. All symbols can be positive or negative. Your brother-in-law in a dream, if he is all kind and nice and serene, he represents the positive aspect of what you think, of what you have in connection with him. But if he is negative, then it's a negative side. A lion can be positive or negative. A frog can be positive or negative, etc. So it's important to understand that beauty, harmony will be the expression of the positive aspects of a symbol, and the negative side will be in connection with, angriness, violence, etc., destruction or destructuration, etc. So
Right.
also we can say that the four elements, very important to interpret our dreams. Fire is the representation of our spirit, of our energy. The air is the representation of the world of thoughts. If we see a plane, helicopter, a bird, it's in contact with our thoughts. Then water is emotion. A lot of dreams about water. We see that a lot. And the earth element is in contact with the world of action. So every symbols that we see on earth, if we see a train, a car, animals on earth, they will be in connection with the world of action. And if we see animals in water with emotion, etc., etc. So four elements are categories of symbols that are important to remember.
Right. Awesome. Fantastic. And so can we, we were talking this a little bit before we started the interview. Can we control our dreams? Like, can we use them in a purposeful way to on our journey, or to help us to manifest things in our life?
Yes, Definitely, and that's so important. But we need to focus. We are too dispersed right now. And technologies and everything we do is great. I love it. I just love it. But we need, when it's time to focus, we need to be able to do it. Unless we are always like dispersing ourselves and we have a lack of concentration. And we see a lot of children right now having hyperactivity, etc., etc. So mantras are very important. If you want to know something in a dream, you need to repeat your question as a mantra. So what do I have to learn from this? So why is the reason this thing happening? Why do I have a, a problem in my relationship, intimate relationship? And then I can ask what's going on. And then if you repeat your question over and over, then you will transpose yourself, like in the Matrix, you will transpose yourself in the dream and right in the situation, and you will see exactly your consciousness. You will enter, and you will find the capacity in you to really, really connect with the archetypes of the situation. And you will see, you will develop a global vision of things, etc. Which we have no limit to our spirit, Natalie. It's amazing, amazing. We can even read documents in a safe. Everything is possible. We can see the future or the probabilities of what is about to happen, because we can always change the future. The future is an interaction, like in quantum physics, of billions and billions of things and thoughts and situations. This is why we can see the future, because like there's tendencies, there's like energies that are like going, from one direction to the other, because even computer now, there is like certain engine that they can know and say what people are talking about on the net. You see, because they calculate all the keywords on every emails and every research that we do. So can we imagine what we can do in dreams? That's nothing. That's nothing. Google and computers are just the beginning. We're right just at the beginning of this inner technology that we will discover. And once the new generation, they will make the connection with their metaphysical power, and they will understand dreams and their connection with other dimensions. They will like expand their consciousness. And this is what we are all looking for. And event matter is not something that, that will nourish ourselves deeply. It's something, you can be the richest man in the world, and you can be empty. You can feel empty. You can feel alone. So this is why with dreams, then we enter and we find and we touch one of the most profound aspects, which is our divinity that we all have within ourselves, because we're all angels in training.
Yes. Absolutely. So Kaya, we've run out of time, and I know that we've only just really touched on this subject, and I know there's so much more to it. So if people wanted to contact you or get hold of the source code, where can we send them to do that?
Yeah, people can go on a website of our nonprofit organization. It's a nonprofit that I've put in place, and also at kayadreams.com. So Kaya dreams.com. They can go on Amazon also. The book is available in all bookstores all across the U.S. and in many, many countries around the world.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here.
Thank you, Natalie. It's been great also for me. Thank you.
Awesome. Now, guys, I encourage you to share this video. You can do that by clicking the Facebook and the Twitter share buttons on this page. Also, make sure you download the app so you can watch the shows on the go. You don't have to be in front of your computer these days. And make sure that you leave your email in the box on the page here so I can send you the Manifesting with the Masters video e-course. It's actually valued at $87. And I'd love to send it to you for free. And don't forget to click on the banner to the side to go through to Kaya's website from there. So until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. We'll see you soon.